sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Galactic Cast, which is the Flyest podcast in the universe. And who I have here is my main man, Dylan Livingston from Pittsburgh. And we call him Pittsburgh Jaw. And tell me what's going on with you, man. How you been doing, bro?
I've been good, man.
It's like
back out here in the Mile High for the week. Just visiting from Omaha. Out there, living that country farm life. Small town living, but it's dope, man. We're still mobbing around in the city of Omaha and doing our thing. Just spreading this YouTube channel today out here, promoting the Living Idea channel. It's LIVINGEYEDEA idea, just like the rapper Idea. So we're paying homage to him. Also just shouting out a lot of our friends and businesses that are local to our areas. Yeah, just trying to promote healthy living through cannabis and plant medicine, trying to showcase artists and businesses through this video, vlog, whatever you want to call it, webisode series, and also bringing musical performances as well to kind of just keep those vibes alive, keep them energetic, and create a fun atmosphere, sense of community. But it all couldn't have started without Z coming out here and proposing the idea to me like 8 years ago. So this has been a long thing in the making, and we're finally happy. We're happy to finally get it out to the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know what he's talking about, this is the sole proprietor and director of Pimp My Weed show. It's a show based on cannabis. We promoting the health and wellness of cannabis, and we having fun with it. It's almost like the Pimp My Ride. We based it off the Pimp My Ride from Exhibit. Remember when he would knock on the door, they would answer, and he would see the hoopty out there, and he'll pimp it out, man. Just give him the dopest whip that they can ever drive. So it's the same way we doing that same concept with the ganja.
Yeah.
And we showcasing different strains, how we grow, we showcasing art and performances. And as you can see, he got a sharp haircut too.
That's right.
He got his haircut where?
The spot right here, just behind where we got this camera set up. We got a barber chair with everything you could need to get fresh lining.
And what's the name of the barbershop?
It's the Galactic Barbershop.
At the Galactic Haircut is where you receive the most innovative, sharpest haircut in your community. So if you need a haircut, stop by and see ZBall, which is the sole proprietor of the Galactic Haircut Barber Salon. Hit me up at ZBallinOut@gmail.com. That's ZBallinOut @gmail.com if you want that sharp haircut at the Galactic Haircut.
That's right.
So
that was the first episode. It was just,
Pimp My Weed.
Yep.
That is the name of the episode. And Dylan Livingston is the name of his YouTube channel. So press that subscribe button, comment. Hey man, just show great love. You can like, as well as with the Galactic Cast, which is the Flyest podcast in the universe.
Yeah, no, we need the subscribers. If you guys are liking it, we're liking the engagement so far. So keep it up. Just keep fueling us, because it's only going to get better with the more interest we see. So if you're appreciating what the content we've provided so far is, just show us that love by sharing it, getting the word out, because this production is just getting started. And like we were talking about earlier, it doesn't really have to just be about cannabis. It's more of a meditation and getting people in that flow state of mind and just being able to let loose after a hard day. We've got,
or even when you're on your grind, you just want to step out and get you a nice little 2 puffers in on your little break before you go back into the workforce, working for the man and trying to do everything you can. You understand?
I understand too much.
So what we talking about, man? What we talking about? So let the world know where you been, man. Where you been these past few months?
Few months, been whirlwind, man. 2022's just been flying. We're settled into the new spot in Omaha. We're just doing the grind out there with the sales ambassador jobs, just representing different brands like Proud Source alkaline water, energy drinks, alcohol brands and stuff. So the nightlife's kind of popping out there and getting out into the community, getting to know the scene and promoting music. So a big part of the Living Idea channel is promoting music. So I've been really promoting Katana, my girlfriend's project. Kylie Cudmore, she's been producing and writing her own songs for 10 years now, and she's just gotten out into the public. So Omaha's a great platform to perform music because Denver's great. I mean, I've been playing in bands in Denver for the past 7 or 8 years. And it's a very vibrant city for sure when it comes to music. Colorado as a state just has amazing music, and that's one of the things I miss, but it is so competitive with everything out here. So being able to step away into a smaller town and get that chance to kind of breathe, slow down, not have to feel like we're in this constant cycle, because the world we're in of Colorado out here.
Yeah, it's a crazy cycle, man.
Yeah, you've innovated and exemplified the Colorado grind through the way you carry yourself, and I feel like that inspires all of us living out here or wherever you are. Just
man, let me tell you, you just have to have a nice focus, man. You have to have a nice focus. Have to be able to have a business-minded approach on things. And that's just not in Colorado, man. That's just the world, period, man. Because in this wild, crazy, and beautiful world, like Willie D say, we got to know how to maintain and support ourselves and our family. And in order to do that, you have to find a way to carve a nice lane for yourself by living your purpose and doing what you like to do.
That's what it's about. Because we've all been in positions doing jobs that we don't like, or whatever the situation is where it just doesn't feel right. It's like, why waste your time doing that any longer when we're only given this one chance at this thing? So you might as well spend the time doing whatever it is that brings you the most happiness. And that's what I want to showcase, is that everyone's got something to share, right? Everyone's talented in some way. So even if you're still searching for that, like, I'd love to showcase that. But if you're an artist, musician in any city, we're coast to coast with this movement, with the Galactic Barbershop. I know you set up shop wherever, right? You don't need a...
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know this is the Galactic Cast, which is the Flyest podcast in the universe, and we smoke weed every day. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll up a nice little joint here, man, because that's what we do, man. We incorporate cannabis within our podcast, within our shows, and what he's promoting is the Pimp My Weed show, plus the Galactic Cast. And what we're going to call this show and this topic is the Pimp My Weed plus the Galactic Cast episode Deluxe, which we're promoting each other. We're lifting each other up as brothers, as businesses. We're promoting and putting Flyest and sauce all in YouTube right now. Because who got Pimp My Weed show on the YouTube channel?
Nobody. At least I hope not.
And the Galactic Cast, which is the Flyest podcast in the universe.
Process right now.
So what we got right here crumbled into the tray is some Slap and Tickle, which is a strain. It is a hybrid strain, indica dominant, and it's a cross between GMO cookies and grape pie.
It was a good mix.
Yes, sir.
I remember you were all about the GMO and the Girl Scout cookies when you first moved out to Boulder.
Ah, yeah, you remember that, huh?
You first going to Helping Hands.
Yeah. I'm going to Helping Hands on Pearl Street. Shout out to Pearl Street in Boulder, man. That's where you get the best weed on the planet, in Boulder.
Yeah, and that's where you find the most interesting people too.
Boulder, Colorado.
We ought to do just an episode down Pearl Street one of these days, just to Pimp My Weed Pearl Street. Where we go out,
As you don't.
This is spitballing. This is live off the dome.
Off the dome,
so
man.
You're getting the behind the scees. You guys shout us out in the comments too. What do you want to see in Pimp My Weed? These are the primitive phases, so the sky's the limit, and we're open to any suggestions too, because there's so much you can do with cannabis, and we're just seeing the beginning phases with the legalization from coast to coast. I mean, we're getting there to that federal level, but we'll see what can happen once we get there.
Let me tell you something, man. With cannabis, man, sky's the limit. If you want to be a poet, just smoke cannabis, indulge it, and you're gonna be the best poet on the planet. If you want to be a movie star, smoke good ganja, and just walk down Hollywood Boulevard with a swag that ain't no man seen on the planet before, and you're gonna get one of the most leading roles that you ever imagined receiving.
Yeah.
If you just smoke weed every day.
Getting out of the head.
Shout out to Nate Dogg, man. Smoke weed every day. Yeah, I'm getting ready to roll up some of this slap and tickle, man. I know that's a funny sounding strain, but it works, man. And it got a great flavor to it.
Yeah. And we featured 3 strains today.
So you're in Omaha, Nebraska, and you've been in Omaha, Nebraska for about a year now since you left Colorado.
Just coming up on a year, but it's crazy. It doesn't even seem like that much time. I mean, yeah, we were out there pursuing the homesteading life, and we're still working towards that. But yeah, we're in the city for now, and like I said, it's chill.
Omaha, Nebraska, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case you didn't know, it's the home of Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
He was Malcolm Little, born in Omaha, Nebraska. And you know who else was born in Omaha, Nebraska, or was raised in Omaha, Nebraska? It's Terrence Bud Crawford. Oh yeah, at the Galactic cast, we talk boxing. Terrence Bud Crawford, the world is anticipating on you to fight the big fish, Earl the True Spence, this November. Where you at? What you think about the Terrence Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence fight? That's supposed to be quote unquote.
Right. I mean, I know. Yeah. I mean, I know you're waiting on it. you're waiting for that contract to be signed. So
Bro, I'm pretty sure you come across a lot of Terrence Bud Crawford fans out there in Omaha, right?
Dude, yeah. Like, I mean, when he's fighting, the whole town comes out for it, and like, that's the thing to do. We got the Huskers and Terrence Crawford right now because there's no NFL football team. You know, they like the Chiefs or the Broncos and all that, but you know, it's college football and they like boxing. So, yeah, we'll have to see. That'll be a fun one to catch for sure.
Well, here in this deluxe episode, I'm gonna keep tugging at Bo Mack and Terrence Bud Crawford and the whole T. Bud Crawford team, man. Hey, man, Earl the True Spence Jr., man, he the truth. He the big fish. He ready to come out and swim with you.
That's right. We got another.
He said he fighting November 17th. I mean,
okay.
You know, I mean, at this moment, that fight should be announced right now, right?
You think?
Yeah. Who you think gonna win that fight?
Man, gotta go with O-Town, right? Omaha native.
Excuse me, I'm get some papers. We gotta roll up. It's the Galactic Cast, the Flyest podcast in the universe. Fly with Z as I take you through a journey. And we gonna get some more ganja rolled up, man. Talk to me, man. What we talking about? Yeah, so the Earl Spence versus Bud Crawford fight has been highly anticipated. And the reason why I say it's been highly anticipated is because last year, Terrence Bud Crawford fought against Sean Porter. And he knocked Sean Porter out into retirement last year in November. You remember that? Daddy threw in the towel.
Yeah.
So
I remember talking to you about that for sure when it happened.
Terrence Crawford, he won in a great fashion. And he got up on that ring after the fight and said, Earl Spence, where is you at? I'm looking for you. I want you next. And everybody was like, oh, okay. Then, after he won the fight and called Earl Spence out, he got in the middle of a pond in the ocean on YouTube, like a YouTube skit. Said, I'm looking for the big fish. Where you at? He was talking about Earl Spence. And you know, this is around the time when Earl Spence he had that eye injury and he had got that surgery. Remember, he postponed that fight with Pacquiao last year.
Right.
And so I guess people was kind of like, you know, he was poking the bear at him, you know, because he had postpone that fight against Pacquiao.
Okay.
But let me tell you, Errol Spence, he saw all that data and he put all that frustration out on that boy Ugas, which he fought in April. He fought against Ugas for the unified welterweight championship to receive that WBA belt from Ugas. Because you know, Ugas, he had ended up taking Errol Spence's place and beat Pacquiao last year. He beat Pacquiao into retirement. So he got that super champion. The Super WA champion, man. Errol Spence broke that boy Ugas' orbital bone, cracked his ribs, did something to his head. His head was all lumped up. It was crazy, man. And ever since that fight, Terrence Crawford been like crickets.
Yeah.
I mean, Terrence Crawford, hey, man, you my guy, man, but hey, we got to call a spade a spade. Ain't nothing Galactic Cast, which is the finest podcast in the universe. We do talk boxing. But yeah, hopefully they can, to be honest, I think it's just negotiation terms.
That's right. Yeah, both parties got to come together. And
Yeah. I know Terrence Crawford, he recently got on the episode, the Porterweight podcast episode. Shout out to Sean Porter with the Porterweight podcast. He got on there and he said he don't need Errol Spence. Errol Spence need him more. I mean, basically, Terrence Crawford was basically saying his legacy is already set in stone because he became the unified, undisputed champion of 140-pound division, which is the super lightweight division. So he said by him doing that, he already set in stone anyway. But no, man. Errol Spence wants you, man. He want we get all that. But no, man. Errol Spence said, "What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do, T-Bud? Omaha."
Right.
He said you got to go for him anyway, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's gonna be in the hometown. So I mean, but I'm pretty sure some Errol Spence fans in Omaha, Nebraska too, right? You think so?
I don't know, but I know they like Terrence Crawford, so I don't. I'm trying to fit in with the community, not trying to piss them off. So.
Yeah. I heard that. You said you don't want no smoke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're still just getting settled in there.
Yeah.
All about respecting
the Huskers. What you said? You said Omaha, Nebraska got what?
The Skurs. And then they got Terrence Crawford.
Okay. That's what I said. They got some heart, man. They got some team spirit out there, man.
It's cool. They call it the Nebraska nice. Everyone's cool. I'm not trying to make it out to seem like there's that tension because it really isn't. It's like it's weird. Colorado's almost got some of that tension.
Colorado killing the whole United States right now. Boy, if I tell y'all what I go through every day, boy, y'all will be like, man. But guess what? I'll make it look so fly.
That's right.
At the Galactic Cast. Fly with Z. As I take you through a journey.
That's right, man. I brought my astronaut suit today, so.
Galactic with the shirt on.
Flying. I'm flying for sure. I've been flying this whole time.
Yes, hey, man, they came in and called me an ex, boy. They thought I was playing. Hey, boy, he gonna smoke some ganja out here, man.
No, I'm glad we got together.
I know y'all audience be subscribing on me. Y'all see me smoking so much weed. Y'all probably get hot through the screen. You know, that smoke probably come through like Freddy Krueger on y'all lungs, man. I'm telling you, man. He said, man, we're gonna have a short one, man. Podcasts ain't meant to be short. They meant to be fly over.
As long as we press
they got drink champs. Shout out to Noriega. You got drink champs, right?
Drink what?
Drink Champs podcast. Shout out to the Wallow and Gilly the Kid from Philly. They got $1 million worth of game. Shout out to it's a podcast out there, but let me tell you about the Galactic Cast. Is it you live in it now, right? Welcome to the Galactic Cast.
I'm here.
We celebrating his second episode. This footage right here gonna be included into the second episode of Pimp My Weed.
That's right.
Log on to Pimp My Weed. Subscribe to it. Don't just go on our YouTube channels and watch because we got a lot of our last. We got a lot of views, which is great, but we need y'all to press that subscribe button, and we need y'all to like us and send some comments on us, and then not only that, support us. You can get on my Cash App, which is the $, capital Z, capital B, lowercase a, lowercase LL, lowercase IN, capital OUT. That's $, ZBallinOut, and man, support the Galactic Cast.
Yep.
And if
the Living Idea channel. But yeah, we out here.
Yeah, man, and support us in every way, man. In every way you can support us. We show when we send you that content each week, or maybe twice a week, or maybe every day, and just keep feeding the community with.
Yeah, because I know I've had footage I've just been sitting on for a while, so I've just been releasing stuff. I've been shooting with the band Sees Things with Jeremy. You know, I played in reggae bands in the past, so we're working on stuff over in Omaha now. But yeah, we tried to film Pimp My Weed 2-3 times now with cell phones and just lost footage that never made it to the editing room. So yeah, we're finally getting down to it, and so we're a new channel. But the fact that we've gotten the recognition that we have so far is awesome. I'm glad we already got to shoot some footage today, make it out here and do episode 2 of Pimp My Weed. So,
and this is episode 10 of the Galactic cast.
Man.
This is the Pimp My Weed plus the Galactic cast episode deluxe.
yeah, you've been grinding.
It's called Pimp My Weed plus the Galactic cast deluxe episode deluxe.
Get some more water.
Come on now. So right here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna bless up on some of this slapping tipple here, and when my man gets some hydration in, we're gonna let the world know what's really going on in the town. Hey man, you know what? You know what, man? I was thinking about and this is based on some current events type stuff, man. What's up with the comedy world? The world of comedy.
Comedy.
In the world of comedy, we grew up watching Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live. We grew up watching Saturday Night Live in the 80s and in the 90s. Living Color. We grew up watching Def Comedy Jam. We grew up watching Comic View. We grew up watching all these comedy shows. Jim Carrey. And everything was just funny with the comedians back in the day. It seemed like they all had camaraderie. They would all do skits together. They would all feature on these comedy shows together. That's how it was back in the day.
Sketch comedy too was big.
Yeah, it was big. The Dave Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you look up today, and the comedy world it's almost like it's at its all-time low. Like, it's at a demise because all the comedians are beefing against each other. You got comedians beefing with each other like they rappers, man. Like, ready to knock each other head off. And I'm like, y'all comics, what's going on? And then you got comedians getting blackballed, bro.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. That's more. I don't see so much comics against comics. I'm sure it's out there, but I think it's almost like the non-comedians that don't really understand the craft, that are trying to jump into it, late into the game, and they're seeing where it's evolved to now, and they're not caught up to speed with where they've gone and been to where it's right now. But I think that's with anything. Like, if anything, that shows that it is growing and it is evolving. So it's just being shed into these new parts of society, and with anything that has more recognition, it's gonna gather more criticism. So there could be some good things, but man,
well, the reason why I said this, I'm gonna sign out, man. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time, man. We just vibing, we smoking, man. The time is winding up, but I just want to put this out there. Comedian Arie Spears. He said
Mad TV, right?
For Mad TV. He went on his own podcast, which is the Steinberg podcast, and said that his tombstone is just about written in his career.
What?
It came out of his mouth. You can quote me if I'm wrong. You can look on his podcast channel and find out. He said that it came out of his mouth, y'all.
Dang.
And you know why?
Why is that?
The reason why he said that is because the powers that be are cracking down on his content from when he was on Mad TV. I don't know if it was a Mad TV.
Pulling stuff from like years ago.
Yeah, it was from 2014 where he had the little kids and he was acting like a pedophile for the kids, but it was like him and Tiffany Haddish was on there. And they cracking down on Tiffany Haddish too. Tiffany Haddish had like one of her godchildren on the show, which is her friend's child, and he was like 7 years old at the time. And he used him as like one of the kids, you know, in the skit, and Arie Spears was supposed to be an uncle, like the sister of Tiffany Haddish. So Tiffany Haddish, Tiffany Haddish was acting as if, you know, this is my child and this is my brother. I want my uncle to watch my child as I go shopping for it. So Tiffany had the child with Arie Spears, and Arie Spears was looking at him like in pedophile looks. He was sweating. He was doing like bad acts on the children on those episodes.
Was that what he was scripted to do? So I mean, like, is anyone coming after the writers or the directors?
They're going after Arie Spears, and they're going after Tiffany Haddish for being participants into showing content like that on screen, and that by being footage that you can go back and see what they did to those kids. And it was derogatory, man. I mean, I really can't go in depth to what it was, but what I saw, I mean, he was doing some like very sexual innuendo acts on the little boy. The boy is about 14 years old now, but I think the boy had came up and said that he was uncomfortable with what had happened, and the parents was uncomfortable. So now they're cracking down on Tiffany Haddish, and they're cracking down on Arie Spears about this.
Okay, yeah, no, I hadn't heard about that, so I was unaware.
So that's why I said the comedy world is becoming a very sensitive career to be in. You know, Arie Spears, keep your head up. Tiffany Haddish, y'all keep y'all head up. And just from here on out, man, just don't do stuff that you know. Don't sell your soul and do stuff that you know is going to be detrimental to your career just for a check or a buck. Yeah. Because down the long run, it's going to hurt you. Well, what triggered this with Arie Spears having all this stuff cracked down on him, because he said he even said they have been blackballed. He even said they have been, you know, shunned upon with, you know, his show business people who we deal with. But he said he feel like his tombstone is being written right now because of the content that's really a sensitive subject, you know, dealing with kids. They was coming out with these episodes to try to tell the world not to be leaving kids with people who they don't know, because they was trying to be like a public service announcement episode.
The intention,
but they put it came out creepy, and you know, back then cancel culture wasn't as sharp and intense as it is now.
You can't look at the past from a lens, you know, from today. It's like, I don't know. Comics have been talking about that a lot lately on stage.
Let the world know, man. I gotta go use the restroom, man. I'll be right back. It's the Galactic cast.
Yeah. So, no, I just saw Bert Kreischer at Red Rocks. He's crushing it, and I think comics have more of an opportunity to really kill it now and sell out these arenas, these big theaters and amphitheaters. So, I mean, the platform is still growing. But yeah, just with the whole cancel culture and things not being PC that were PC at one point, it's like, I don't know, someone was just telling the joke of like, yeah, it's gonna be Italians next, and I'm like, I'm taking it out of context, so I'm not gonna do the bit or whatever, but it's just, yeah, something you say today might be all right, but then till someone takes it a little too far, then you look back at that bit and you're like, oh shit, we shouldn't have been fucking saying that because so-and-so ruined it, went a little too far. But who knows, maybe it's just human evolution and we're evolving to a point past all this where we're gonna look past it and we're gonna laugh, and it's just
what we talk about.
It's just part of our growth.
Human
growth. Human growth as a species.
Yes, sir.
We're getting deep now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the Galactic. The Galactic cast is going to a galactic star near you.
That's what happens when you leave me alone with the mic.
The galactic stars. It's the galactic stars is heading toward a universe near you. But yeah, man. Man, you know what, man? To be honest with you, man, we're gonna go ahead and sign out, man.
Yeah, it's been great, man.
It was fun.
I'm glad we got.
We just shooting the breeze. We got to take things down to a close and shut it down and just let you know to be continued. How about that?
Absolutely.
signing out.
Peace.
Peace.